Want to know what healthcare options you have in the Roanoke Valley?
Stay tuned to find out. Hey, it's Hal Cohn.
And Chris Cohn with Cohn Realty Group.
Has to be your first time to our channel and you have not clicked that subscribe button or the bell icon so you're notified each and every time we release a new video about living, working, and playing in the amazing Roanoke Valley. Make sure you do yourself a favor and do it right now.
That's right. We have folks constantly contacting us saying they want to move to or within Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, or the surrounding areas. So if that's you, your friends, or your family, please get in touch with us. We'd love to have a conversation, see how we can help out, and answer any questions you may have. You can call us, text us, or email us.
Thank you for asking us all about the health and well-being that's going to be offered to you when you move here to the Roanoke Valley. We're going to cover a lot of those resources today as far as options you're going to have to take care of yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally here in the Roanoke Valley whenever you move here.
That's right, and I was born and raised here in Roanoke Memorial Hospital, so I really have loved to see how healthcare has blossomed in the Valley over the decades, and it's pretty incredible how far we've come.
Yes,
but
it is.
Today we're really going to dive into the hospital facilities. We're going to look at urgent care and immediate care facilities, some opportunities for the underserved community. We're also going to look at things for families and caregivers that may need support, and some other healthcare providers. So you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to learn all about how to take care of yourself when you're here in the Roanoke Valley.
So let's go ahead and jump right into the major healthcare facilities, aka hospitals, that you're going to have access to here in the Roanoke Valley.
That's right. We have Carilion Roanoke Memorial Hospital in Roanoke. We also have LewisGale Medical Center in Salem. We have Salem Veterans Affairs Medical Center in Salem, Carilion Franklin Memorial Hospital in Rocky Mount, and also CATAWBA Hospital in CATAWBA.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some of these specific facilities that you're going to have access to here in the Roanoke Valley, and let's start off with Carilion Clinic.
Carilion Clinic is probably the most well-known facility that you hear most people talk about, and really it has taken over by storm. There's so many locations and opportunities and offerings that Carilion Clinic has. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
With over 1,000 providers and a wide range of specialties. I think there's over 70 medical specialties that they offer. So you have a really extensive level of service and an extensive network of people right at your fingertips.
Yeah, and they're located like north, south, east, west, as far as like satellite spots that you can have access to. Main hospitals in Roanoke and South Roanoke itself. And then this is the region's only level 1 trauma center. It's the region's only children's hospital. And then also they have a NICU, or also known as neonatal intensive care unit. So that's a mouthful.
Yeah, and there are, as you mentioned, multiple facilities throughout the entire valley. It's promising to see how much healthcare coverage there is thanks to Carilion Clinic. So we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, let's not forget about the wellness centers, right?
Oh, right.
So like there's 5 wellness centers, and you know the best way to articulate that to you is those are fitness centers, but then they also provide some health screenings and education, that type of thing as well. But you've got weights, you've got cardio equipment, you've got classes, you've got swimming pools, lap pools, those types of things, so you can stay in tip-top shape while you're here as well.
Yeah, and do a little preventative care, not just going to the doctor when you're sick. You need to really take care of your body.
Yes.
I don't know who needs to hear that, but
Somebody.
But they also have a really exciting Carilion Pediatric Tanglewood Center facility, and that offers a lot of children's services all under one roof. So you don't have to travel many, many miles in some cases for those specialty services, and even x-rays and outpatient services. Everything's housed under one roof at the Tanglewood Center, so that's exciting. Another thing that Carilion Clinic is known for is their partnerships with some of the local colleges and universities, specifically Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine. So this is a unique public-private partnership between the university and the hospital, and they offer this cutting-edge research university and they really just educate physicians through inquiry, research, and discovery. So that's pretty fascinating.
It is, and that has been a big boom in South Roanoke as far as the college itself, as well as the hospital. Always some expansion going on there, which, you know, we want good health care here, so we're very thankful for that. And the fact that they're doing some cutting edge research to keep us ahead of the curve, right?
Absolutely. And not only have they partnered with Virginia Tech, but also Radford University Carilion provides students with a real world learning experience, which I love. I mean, there's nothing like real world opportunities that give you those scenarios that you need to practice, but it helps students that are pursuing their undergraduate and graduate degrees in health sciences.
So we're very fortunate in the Roanoke Valley because we've got Carilion, which is highly rated, but then also you've got LewisGale, which is in Salem, that's also a highly rated hospital that you're going to have access to here in the Roanoke Valley.
So the LewisGale Regional Health System is really wonderful because it offers 4 emergency rooms as well as its first standalone emergency room center. And this is a massive building in Cave Spring, and it offers emergency room physicians and nurses that are right there 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So that's the first standalone ER building I've
Yeah,
seen.
they're actually building another one in North Roanoke County over in Bonsack. So you've got Chick-fil-A on one side of the road, and you're going to have LewisGale ER on the other. You cannot get Chick-fil-A in the middle of the night, though.
No. Oh, that's creative. So one thing that LewisGale boasts about is having some of the shortest wait times to see an ER physician. And that's something great because you do not want to wait very long to see that ER physician. You need to know what's going on, get diagnosed, and get treated as fast as possible.
Absolutely.
And LewisGale recently began a graduate medical education program, which is exciting.
And they also recently got approved for a neonatal intensive care unit. All right, for those of you who are veterans and you served our country, we appreciate
Thank you
it
so much.
very much. Thank you. And here in Salem, you've got access to Veteran Affairs Healthcare.
That's right. Salem Veterans Medical Center offers healthcare for our country's veterans, and that includes long-term care, primary care, and also a women's health program, and a whole lot more. They even have a caregiver support system that offers loved ones and family members some of the tools and resources that they need, including some emotional encouragement. So that's vital.
We know how important that is.
They really specialize in outpatient care and rehabilitation services to patients.
Yeah, and you've got long-term care there, and you know if you're gonna be stuck at a hospital for a long time,
Yeah.
Salem Veterans Medical Center is a great place to be because it is super picturesque.
I knew where you were going with this. I mean, it is gorgeous. It's situated right in kind of a valley, right in Salem, and just beautiful mountain views, rolling hills. The campus is just gorgeous, isn't it?
It is. You can see it from like all different angles around whenever you're traveling around Roanoke, and you're like, oh yeah, there's the Veterans Center sitting up there on the hill.
That's
and
right.
It's very massive and very pretty.
There's also an on-site pharmacy processing over 1,800 prescriptions.
Now,
on a daily
I used to be a
basis.
pharmacy tech people, and processing 1,800 prescriptions a day, that is just craziness. So for them to put that amount out every day, it's a lot of work.
That's a lot.
Yeah, just well deserved, but it's
Great
a lot
job.
of work. Yes, great job.
There's a lot of research and development programs going on too, which I love to hear. So again, thank you so much, veterans, including my papa. We love you. We thank you so much for your service. And Salem Veterans Affairs Medical Center should have everything that you need.
So if you are a loved one or in need of mental health care here in the Roanoke Valley, CATAWBA Hospital is going to be the place for you. And it's another picturesque spot, right?
Oh, it's so
Why is that?
beautiful. Yes, I mean, it sits right along the Appalachian Trail in CATAWBA, and it's just surrounded by beautiful mountain views and trees, and it's just a very peaceful place. So CATAWBA Hospital specializes in serving adults that, including geriatrics, that need any mental health care, and that's mental illness, serious emotional disturbances, intellectual disabilities, and any substance use disorders.
Now, if you happen to not have health insurance, or healthcare is super expensive and you can't afford it, we do have some low cost to free type of opportunities for you to get healthcare here in the Roanoke Valley.
I love that. Yes. I mean, healthcare can be expensive. But if you need help or your friends or family needs their help, there are some healthcare options for underserved communities, including Bradley Free Clinic, which has been in operation in the Roanoke Valley for nearly 50 years. And they provide healthcare for low-income and uninsured and underinsured residents. So I really appreciate that. And that's near and dear to my heart because I used to volunteer there in high school. And my grandmother actually, as a nurse, and my mom's a nurse too, but my grandmother helped out there too. So it's a really special facility. I think they have a lot to offer the community and certainly help those that just may not be able to afford it.
Yeah, and you need access to healthcare.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. And then there's also other options. There's lots of resources. We're just hitting on a few, of course. But New Horizons Healthcare is also a not-for-profit community-based family healthcare service, and they offer healthcare for all, including some comprehensive care and making sure that if you are underinsured or uninsured, then
those two are hard to say together.
It is, yeah. But it makes sense. Underinsured, maybe the insurance doesn't cover everything. So you could check out these facilities too to see if they have what you need.
Yeah, and it's their desire to offer affordable and high quality care for you. So when you got an urgency that is not an emergency, then we've got options there for you too.
I like that.
Yeah,
Urgency is like if I slice my finger. One of my friends did that. Do you remember that? On a mandolin?
Yeah.
That's why I got that as a Christmas gift one year, and I sent it back. I was like, I don't even want this. My friend almost sliced her finger off. It was awful. What's another non-emergency?
I don't know. You've got pain in your right side, and you were up all night, and you weren't sure what to do, and you go get checked out, and they send you home, but then they're like, "Oh, call us back if X, Y, or Z happens." Yeah, that was me. It's called appendicitis.
Yeah, you were tough on that one. Or like poison ivy that will not go away, and it's driving you nuts, and you need a steroid shot on the weekend.
Strep throat.
Yeah, all those things.
You know, things like that. You got hit with a weed whacker over the weekend, so you need to get some stitches. Broken ankle.
Okay, so you need some immediate care facilities, and luckily we have these sprinkled throughout the valley. I mean, there are a ton of these available, and I feel like they're at very convenient locations to most people. Velocity Care by Carilion Clinic has over 8 locations. There's also AFC Urgent Care. There's Minute Clinic by CVS. Those are popping up. Med Express, and also Express Family Care.
They have a location out in Bonsack. Then they're building one in Cave Spring now as well.
Terrific. So there's a lot of options. If you don't need to go to the emergency room, but you need urgent care, you can check out one of these mini facilities.
Yeah, we were talking about for these, like it may be like, hey, you need to go on the weekend, or you can't get into your primary care physician because they're also booked up right now with appointments and stuff. So these are definitely options for you that'll be convenient for you and still get top quality health care. We got a ton of other options for your health and well-being here in Roanoke Valley as well. And one that we didn't touch on earlier was probably the cancer center, right? Is because, you know, we know that people do battle cancer. That may be something that you're going through, or it may happen while you're here. We do have Blue Ridge Cancer Center here that's affiliated with the Carilion Clinic, so they can take great care of you to help you through that phase of your healthcare treatment.
Absolutely, yeah, that is a wonderful offering that we have here. And there's a ton of providers and specialists, and we just want to touch on a few things that fall into a little bit different categories, if you will. So, but a lot of people are very interested in them, and I use them too.
Yes.
So let's first talk about DOs. That's Doctors of Osteopathic Medicine. And these are fully licensed physicians that kind of do more of a whole person approach to treatment and care. They really want to listen to the patients and try to help do the full body health and how to stay well and treat those concerns that they have.
That's right. And you choose to go to a DO, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I really like him.
And
I like his
what
approach.
do you like about that?
I like his holistic approach instead of just prescribing something. It's let's talk about what else is going on. Is there something mentally going on, emotionally that's tying into this? So I appreciate that, and it's still in a practical doctor setting, so that makes me feel comfortable too.
That's right. And let's remember, they actually get specialized training in the musculoskeletal system. I said it. And so that's just about all the interconnectivity, right? So from the brain all the way down to your toes, how the nerves and the muscles and the skeletal system are all intertwined, how they all are connected. So they want to make sure that they are truly looking at you as a whole when they're making their diagnoses and helping you put a treatment plan in place to help you get better or to just stay well.
That's right, yeah. And there were quite a few providers here that were DOs, physicians, so you'd want to look into that. There's also chiropractic care. There are a ton of chiropractors. I have one I can recommend. I really like their practice and their service. It's fantastic. But a lot of chiropractors here, so if you need chiropractic care, don't worry, there's plenty. There's also massage therapy. Let's kind of talk about the therapies a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So massage therapy, which I am not a massage therapy person. I go there and I will not relax. I will not get the therapy that I need.
I do. I'll be happy to do that for you.
And then we've got physical therapy. So if you need to rehab, you've got a broken bone or you had surgery, and we've got opportunities for you to go to physical therapy and get
vertigo.
better.
I went to see it for vertigo, and it helped me tremendously. I think I've been to almost all of these categories.
So if you need help, call her.
No, I'm not a medical specialist. I'm just a guinea pig. Yeah, so, and then there's occupational therapy, of course. There's occupational therapists in town that are fantastic. And let's not forget about alternative medicine. There's quite an offering here from acupuncture to holistic medicine practitioners, integrative medicine, herbal medicines, and alternative medicines.
As we mentioned, there's a lot of resources at your fingertips here in the Roanoke Valley for you to get great health care for yourself or your family members. And if you actually find yourself that one of your family members has some sort of a traumatic event or something and winds up at the hospital for a really, really, really long time, then we've got some places here that you can stay and that will help you out.
Yeah, and even just short term, but the Ronald McDonald House is one that is very up and running, operational, and they love to say that they're a home away from home where families can stay close. They can stay close to each other, they can stay close to the resources they need, and they can stay close to their child while their child is in the hospital. So that's really special.
Yeah, that's super important because like we said, we've got a children's hospital here, we've got the NICU here over at Carilion, and so with those types of spots, as a family member, if you live 2 or 3 hours away, it's kind of challenging to get back and forth every day. So the Ronald McDonald House offers those families a place to stay, and they can kind of feel like a sense of home, but then they're able to see their child every day consistently versus having to drive back and forth 3 hours a day.
That gave me goosebumps because it is such a beautiful facility too. It does feel like home. Mm-hmm. We've gotten the opportunity to tour Ronald McDonald House, and it's beautiful on the inside, and they have this whole section that's just for children, and they have all these gifts and toys to help them alleviate their stay. They'll alleviate the stress of their stay, and it's a really special place. You can also donate to them online. They have material needs and obviously fundraising needs, of course, and you can even collect those little tab tops from your soda cans, and they collect those and they recycle them for money, so I love that. Another place that is currently in the fundraising stage is Hospitality House of Blue Ridge, and they are offering families of adult hospital patients that are in critical care or in the hospital for a traumatic incident. They're offering them a really safe, secure, and affordable environment to stay during that term that they're in the hospital and getting that treatment. So that's a really wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, so the founder of this, her father was going for some cancer treatments, and because of that, he was driving down to North Carolina. In the process, you go get a cancer treatment, you may not feel all that great when you're done. And so with that, rather than having to drive back to Roanoke, then he had a safe place to stay down there. They understood where he was coming from. He didn't have to worry about putting a big smile on and stuff. They were there to support him, but then also provide an affordable spot for him to stay he was comfortable in. So then the next day, after he felt a little bit better, he could drive back to Roanoke. So with that, and her father, she wanted to make sure that was an opportunity for people here in Roanoke as well, for anybody coming here for cancer treatments.
That's beautiful. Fantastic.
So we're wishing you great health and well-being. However,
if you need access to healthcare, be confident that you can find all the specialists and any treatments that you should need right here in the Roanoke Valley to take care of you for a very long time.
Yep, so when you get ready to move here, give us a call, give us a text, give us an email, and we'll see you soon.